I spent most of my 20s absolutely miserable. Every day felt like a huge emotional struggle. I was fueled by whatever could keep me distracted from my own thoughts, and I kept myself busy, not really sure what I was working towards, just knowing that as much as I was struggling internally, I didn't actually want to give up. But of course, with running on fumes for so long, I hit multiple breaking points, until finally I hit one that led me to seek professional help. Therapy was not easy. It's one of the hardest experiences I've ever had, but I'm so glad that I did it, and I'm so grateful that I was fortunate enough to even have that opportunity in the first place. So with me spending most of my 20s with pretty poor mental health, and the last few years of it trying to rectify that, I didn't really have the bandwidth to meaningfully pursue most of my art goals, which means that now, at 30 years old, I haven't accomplished most of the dreams that I had when I had first set out to pursue art in college. I'm an artist, by the way, if you didn't know that by now. Usually my intros are a bit more upbeat, and they'll go something like this. Hi, I'm Elena, aka MintyMido, and if you're new here, welcome. Sorry for the bummer intro, and if you're not new, welcome back, and sorry again for the bummer intro. I don't usually do these kinds of videos. This is very new territory for me, but I wanted to make it, and as an artist, it's generally good practice to just make the things you want to make, so here I am. I just turned 30, which feels like this huge milestone, at least people act like it is on the internet. A lot of people seem to feel like turning 30 means you've got one foot in the grave or something. But I'm a big fan of milestones and reflecting, and reaching this age had me thinking a lot about the journey it took to get here, especially how hard it was specifically in my 20s. And how a lot of people expect to have achieved so much by this age, as if we're supposed to have it all figured out by now. So as someone who is here, I can confidently say, no, I don't. I do not have everything figured out by now. That being said, I do feel a lot more confident in my ability to figure things out now compared to how I felt for most of my adult life so far. But no, I haven't accomplished all my dreams, or even like 2 of them, honestly. I did reach 1. I made this YouTube channel, and it got monetized, hey! And then I disappeared a few times for months on end, but that's part of why I'm here making this video. I thought this channel was in desperate need of a check-in and a fresh new approach. I've been a bit too strict about how I've done videos in the past, so today, in honor of reaching my big new age of 30, I wanted to try something totally new, starting with that bummer intro, and then this. Hello. Oh my god, I didn't even say hello looking into the camera. Should I take that again? I kind of want to get this over with. Okay. Oh my god, ignore that. Actually, don't ignore it. Isn't that the funniest thing you've ever seen in your life? I don't like that I keep playing with my hair. That should keep me occupied. Hi! Do I look like my avatar? I tried to design it so that way it kind of looks like me. All right, and this is the lore. My avatar has fucked up teeth is because I have fucked up teeth. So if you ever notice that, congrats. That's what it looks like. The style isn't quite up to date. I don't wear leggings anymore. I wear like flowy pants like this. They like this. No feet, not for free. Oh bad. Let me get into what I was actually trying to talk about, or else I'll sit here and yap for 10 years about nothing, and then you'll leave the video being like, why did I click on that? So let's get into it. I know, if I followed my script, that this video starts on a bit of a low note, but that's just kind of how it is when you're reflecting on the past and you're me, and your past is a little bit yikes. But fear not. The rest of this video is all good vibes, probably. Yeah. Probably. The main crux of this video is that I wanted to talk about how much I've grown since the periods of darkness I experienced in my 20s, specifically how that growth is manifesting now that I'm 30. To be clear, I turned 30 back in May. I'm a Taurus, not a Leo, obviously. And I wasn't sure what format I wanted to do for this video. I was thinking like 30 things I've learned by 30 type of video, but instead I will do a 30 things that are art relevant that I've done or am working on since around the time that I've turned 30. And I realize that that's a lot of things to go through. So let's also try to keep them 30 seconds or less. Okay, here we go. Number 1, I got a job to support my art dreams. This was a bit before I turned 30, but at the end of last year, I started a new full-time job, and it's a mostly remote marketing job. And before this, I was working a part-time job while also freelancing and doing commissions on the side. And at first it was great, but I slowly started losing hours at work until I was finally let go from that part-time job. Actually, the day that the Sonic 3 trailer came out, which that was divine intervention. Yeah, that time period of slowly losing hours at work resulted in me feeling more and more pressure to try and make money from my art, which just, even though I do have entrepreneurial business pursuits with my art, I don't like solely relying on my art for income, at least not now. I'm just not in a place where I feel comfortable doing that, and it puts so much pressure on my creative process. It was really ruining the relationship with creativity that I had spent the last few years rebuilding. And so I decided to pursue full-time work again because A, it gives me a consistent schedule, which I feel like I just really need, and B, I can just use my income from my 9-to-5 to invest in all of my art business ventures that I have, like printing my work, hosting my website, things like that. The last full-time job I had was actually the catalyst that pushed me into starting therapy. I don't want to get into it, but the work-life balance was awful, and I did not have the internal tools I needed to advocate for myself or set real boundaries around work. I think if I had that job now, I'd be able to handle it better, but I like my current job way more. It's much less pay, but I've realized that you can't put a price on peace of mind. This is one of the worst arcs in anime of all time. Oh my gosh, he's been trying to punch him for 5 minutes! Number 2, organizing my art files. So this is just a quick note, but as I was editing this video, it became clear that the disorganization of all of my digital art files was causing a lot of problems with the process of making this video. And so I finally sat down and organized all of my art files, and now everything is in easily accessible, easily searchable folders, so I can find everything that I need, and my life is already so much easier now that I've done this. So any other artists, especially digital artists that are putting this off, I recommend that you get to it. Number 3, doing a wardrobe glow up. I've started taking some steps to have a more eclectic wardrobe. I got these Minty frame glasses after not having replaced my glasses for like a decade. I don't think they actually frame my face very well, but I like the color, so I got them. And then as a Christmas gift for myself, I bought this beautiful ginkgo cardigan from an artist I've loved for years, Miyoko, and I love it so much. I definitely want to keep getting items like this once in a while from artists and creators that I really enjoy because they're so unique and beautiful. And then on my birthday, I went hunting for some fun Sonic merch, and apparently Hot Topic is the place to be for that. I got some fun shirts, I got this Sonato jacket, and they had these pants on their website that I really want, but every time I look it up, they're sold out or they won't ship it to my area. So please, Hot Topic, release the Sonato jeans. I'm begging, I need them. Trying to find these interesting fun pieces for my closet is really fulfilling for me because I don't shop very much and I never have. I primarily have like hand-me-downs in my closet, and I've always found fashion to be so fun, but just at a distance. I was always afraid to really wear anything that stood out too much. So this is my way of feeling more bold and confident in my appearance and defining my own style slowly and intentionally, which includes wearing those nerdy things that show off my interests and who I am as an artist, and I think that's super fun. Number 4, I got my ears pierced. So also related to my appearance slash style. Shortly before my birthday, I got my ears pierced. My friend, that's basically my brother, Brandon, came with me for emotional support because I was so scared, but it actually barely hurt at all. And this was so huge for me because before recently, I would have never even thought to get piercings for reasons I don't feel like getting into, but I'm so proud of myself. I love having my ears pierced. I'm so excited to eventually wear some dangly, nerdy earrings. It's gonna be so fun. Number 5, getting a fun haircut. Okay, last note related to my appearance. I also got a haircut, which tends to be a little bit of an event for me. I only do it once every 1 to 2 years, and I let my hair grow out so long before I cut it, so whenever I walk to a salon, honestly, I never cut it that short, but I'll tell them the type of style I'm going for, how dramatic I want the layers to be, and they just won't commit as hard as I need them to, so I usually walk out of the salon a little bit disappointed. But this time, the stylist got pretty close, but after a couple days I realized it was still not quite as dramatic as I was hoping. So I took matters into my own hands and started chopping off some hair little by little every day for a few days until I was satisfied, and it was really exhilarating kind of weird, but I like got a rush from doing it. It wasn't that risky or anything, but I guess that's just the sheltered rule following kid effect. I'm 30 now. I'm a grown up. I can do whatever I want to my hair or my ears or my clothes and no one can stop me. Number 6, the breakthrough course. At the beginning of May, right before my birthday, my favorite astrology app, Chani, released something called the breakthrough course, and it's basically a 28-day challenge with little activities like meditations or journal prompts each day to help you have a breakthrough in something that you're feeling stuck in. And it was so helpful for me. I realized I was having a lot of blockages around the relationship between my art and making money, so that course was really helpful with thinking about that. I'm pretty sure it's free for everyone, so if you think it sounds cool, I recommend it, and I recommend the whole app in general. It's awesome, and I love Chani as a company for all its progressive values and how it supports its employees, so yeah, check them out. I don't think they sponsor YouTubers, but if they ever do, Chani, I'm right here. I'm all yours. Number 7, I got noticed by Sonic himself. As a birthday gift, my friend Kina bought me a cameo from Ryan Drummond. Yes, that Ryan Drummond. My Sonic fans know who I'm talking about. He's like the iconic Sonic voice, and he had so much nice stuff to say. He even said that he loved my art and would like to work with me, and he tipped me like $100 on my Ko-fi page. It was so kind of him. I'm crying, but for good reason. So I'm halfway through this video that my friend Kina sent me, and if you're a Sonic fan, you're gonna know exactly what this is.
But occasionally, when I find an artist that I'm just like, wow, that's unique, or that's cool, or something different about that, I found that looking at your stuff. I want to talk to you. I will be your new subscriber on Twitter, because I am on Twitter. Your new subscriber on Instagram, because I just joined Instagram like 4 months ago.
Oh, wow.
So I'll find you on Instagram. I'm going to subscribe to you on YouTube. I'll drop you a little birthday present in your coffee. Is that how you say it? Is it Ko-fi or coffee?
I actually don't know.
But I'll find you there too.
Oh,
wow. I'll give you a little birthday present. And send me a message and let me know how I can chat with you about how we can get your art out in front of people, because you got good stuff going. MintyMido, Elena, it's been a pleasure. Let's chat. And he wants to say something to you, so we should probably let him.
Elena? Whoa, hey, is that, no, can't be.
It is.
You kidding me? Is that MintyMido in there? Oh my gosh! Hi! MintyMido, it's your old pal, Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh, yeah! Sonic the Hedgehog, yeah! Don't have a chili dog, Elena.
You got some pipes.
Happy birthday, whether it was last month or it's gonna be in a week. Either one. Happy birthday, my friend. Love ya.
So yeah, hopefully it is understandable why I'm crying. And I messaged him, and as of now he hasn't responded, but honestly, that's okay. I'm just honored that he enjoyed my artwork and had so many nice things to say, and I'm going to treasure that message forever. Thank you. Shout out to Kina. Number 8, I illustrated cover art for a song. During most of May, I was hard at work on a super cool opportunity. A few of my friends, Jenna, Uju, and the aforementioned Kina, are all in this girl group called Dolce, and they asked me to illustrate the cover art for their new song 5 to 9, and I also made the lyric video for it, which included some hand-drawn animations by me. So it was my first real foray into Procreate dreams, and I see the critiques people have for that app now. But I trust the Procreate team with my life, so I'm sure it'll be much better soon enough. But it was a really cool experience, and even though I really struggled working on it, I am so proud of the final product. This is such a valuable portfolio piece for me, and I'm so happy that I got to make the art for the song of the summer. The song is out now. Please go stream, check out the lyric video I made. I will leave the links to it in the description. Number 9, I got a MintyMido cake. I was really busy for most of May, so I didn't throw my big 30th birthday party until the end of the month, but one thing I did for it was order a custom MintyMido cake from an amazing plant-based bakery called Goji Berry, and it was so delicious and turned out so beautiful, more than I could have imagined. I was so happy, and it was just my way of telling myself and all my closest friends that I take my channel and my artist brand and eventual art business seriously, and that it's a huge part of my life now, so that felt really fulfilling, and the party was really fun too, though it did get a little bit weird at times.
Have mercy on us. Like to receive communion.
Oh my god. Number 10, I started a garden. A small dream I've had for a few years now is to start my own garden, and I finally took the steps to do it. Funnily enough, the day of my actual birthday, my husband and I ran into a childhood friend from our hometown, and it turns out he's like super into gardening now. And I told him, oh, I've been wanting to start one, but I've been putting it off. And he said just what I needed to hear. He said that it's fun, rewarding, but it's also trial and error. A lot of your plants will probably die, but that's how you learn. And it really lit a fire under my I guess some part of me felt afraid to start because I was afraid of failing. Isn't that the story of my life? And about a week later, I got the chance to meet my husband's grandma for the first time, and she had this huge, gorgeous garden that she made all on her own, and she gave us a few plants to start with, including a moonflower, some bearded irises, a canna lily, and a lemon tree. And it's only been a couple of months tending to these plants, but I'm already seeing a little bit of results, and I think gardening is a really great hobby for me because it reminds me that you can create something really beautiful with just a little bit of consistent effort over a long period of time. And I've definitely been taking that lesson into all aspects of my life, especially my art goals. Number 11, contacting a printer. I finally got into contact with a local print manufacturer. This has been on my list forever, and I finally found a company to work with. I've printed with them once so far, which I'll get to later, but I was really happy with the result, so I'm excited to continue working with them for the foreseeable future as I start getting into selling prints and products of my work again. Number 12, convention fun times. I went to my state's biggest con, Phoenix Fan Fusion, and I love this convention so much. I've gone every year the past few years, and it's been so fun every time. And since I have a job now, I made sure to save up so that I could get a good selection of prints and merch in the artist alley this year. And I did, and it was awesome. And I even got to meet some artists I've loved and been following for a few years, like Anna from Sundrop Studios, and then Shirley from Shuli Art. I had no idea she was going to be there, so that was wild. I got like all of her bunny merch. She's my favorite bunny artist. And then one of the biggest moments was I got to meet Dan Parent, aka the Archie Comics artist, aka the man who shaped like my childhood art dreams, inspired me to become a comic artist. And he was very chill and nonchalant, and I was like on the verge of tears. It was kind of funny, but I loved all the pieces I got from this event. It felt so inspiring, and it makes me so excited to get back into doing artist booths again, like I did back in 2017 and 2018. I don't know if I've talked a lot about that era of my life. Maybe I will in a future video, but I did apply to try and do Artist Alley for Phoenix Fan Fusion this year, but I got waitlisted. So I'm hoping that next year I'll get in. To be fair, I didn't even have like my portfolio side up. No wonder I didn't get in. But I also have some boothing opportunities coming up that will hopefully help beef up my application for next year. Kayla is metal vending the escalator for us. Well, thank you, Tom. Thank you. She's not airbending. Number 13, my return to art vending. And speaking of that, I actually already did a booth just recently, though not as MintyMido. I've mentioned briefly in a previous video, I think, that I started a K-pop themed Etsy business with my friends called Cherry Cube Crafts, and we got the amazing opportunity to vend at a K-pop Demon Hunters pop-up event at a boba shop. And so we made a bunch of merch for it last minute. My friends made these super cute stickers, I made a sticker, and I also made a photo card for Ginu. And I actually started the designs for all the Saja boys, but I just didn't finish in time. But I got to work with that local printer that I talked about earlier for the photo cards, and they turned out amazing. They were so cool. I'm so excited to work with them again, especially because everything that we made, including the photo cards, completely sold out. It was such a chaotic day, completely packed from beginning to end. It was really shocking to see how much this fandom has grown in such a short period of time. And it was my first time doing a booth since 2018. That was over 7 years ago now, so I was feeling pretty emotional about that. So since I already started on photo cards for the Saja boys, I do plan on finishing them. So if I do that, maybe I'll make a video about that process and give my thoughts and hot takes about the movie. Maybe. We'll see. Stay tuned. That's gonna be the catchphrase for this video. Number 14, website glow up. I've been working hard on revamping my portfolio site. Yes, this has been in the works for so long now at this point, but I am so determined to get it done as soon as possible. My main thing is just, I feel like I don't have enough work that's good enough to be shared in my portfolio, because I've been making a lot of stuff the past couple years, especially for this YouTube channel, but most of it hasn't really been me pushing myself to the fullest. And your portfolio is supposed to be a collection of your greatest hits, not a bunch of mid-tier B-sides, you know? And I do have that Dolce 5-9 cover art now, so that'll be one big new piece to include. And this used to really stress me out YouTube wise. I think I've talked about it in a previous video, but basically, like, because most of my videos are about finished pieces, that would mean that the YouTube videos would take forever to make, because the work that I'm creating for the video would take forever to make, if that makes sense. Number 15, an online art shop. Another project that's been in the works that goes along with my website is including an online art shop with the website. And I had a shop in the past, but it was very unsuccessful because I didn't know what I was doing. And so now I feel like I understand how to approach it much better, especially when it comes to the types of art products I'll be making. And so aside from those more intense portfolio pieces that I want to make, I also want to be creating simpler, fun things that could be sold in my art shop. And I've already gotten some practice with that with my friends in Cherry Cube Crafts, and it makes me feel more confident about creating things for my own art brand now. So stay tuned. A MintyMido art shop is coming as soon as it's done, and not a minute sooner. Number 16, the weekly comic hiatus. So I announced last year that I had started a weekly comic series about personal finance with my older sister called The Fundamentals, and it was going pretty well until earlier this year when I suddenly became pretty busy. But my sister has also been really busy, so we're on a hiatus with that project at the moment. I feel like we will get back to it eventually. I'm just not sure when. But I'm really proud of what we made so far. It's cool looking back on the comics, even though they're simple. I am really proud of them, so I will definitely keep them as part of my comics portfolio. And I think it captures how I work when I'm going for a more quick and efficient style. And that's just a good skill for me to practice anyways, because visual problem solving and working quickly is an invaluable skill to have when you're making longer form comic projects. Number 17, starting a sketchbooking habit. Something I know that I've neglected in my creative routine is sketchbooking, and it's something I'm really trying to get back into. Even though I'm a digital artist for the most part, I really prefer working traditionally when it comes to sketching and experimenting, and I feel like I unlock so much growth, especially when I'm working with different mediums like that. So something I want to try doing as part of either my morning or evening routine is just setting aside like 15 to 30 minutes or so just to play with markers or gouache or watercolor or even collage in my sketchbook. Last year I made this video where I built my own little multimedia sketchbook, and since then I've barely made a dent in it. So I know that I need to start making it a part of my routine if I ever want to get it filled up, and I do. But on the other hand, maybe if I think of it as potential content for my YouTube channel, maybe that'll push me into actually taking action on it instead of just thinking about it. I need to take action on it. Elena, by the time you're editing this video, there better be some footage of you working in that sketchbook or else. Number 18, embracing a creative hobby. Speaking of trying to get better at a certain skill, so this is something I don't talk about a lot with people because I feel pretty insecure about it, but I actually love singing and I always have, but I've never liked my voice or felt that I was really good at singing. So like I can carry a tune, but I've always felt like my voice is extremely unremarkable. But I've never been shy about my love for musicals, and that genre has become so exciting lately. I just love singing along, especially to these kinds of songs so much, and I used to only really sing in my car because I'm even embarrassed to sing at home in front of my husband, which is so silly. But recently I've been trying to just sing more often throughout my day. I've even started doing my own little karaoke sessions in my living room, and while I'm just doing it for fun, I don't think I'd ever want to sing publicly. Just like, even when it comes to things that you only do for yourself, you can't help but like want to get better at it. At least I can't help it. So basically I've been working on improving my singing little by little, secretly in my own time, and it's something I just do for me and it makes me happy. I've been watching a lot of videos by the yall lady on YouTube. You guys know who I'm talking about?
Right finger. Okay. Raise your ya. Raise your ya.
I feel like those little tips have already helped me so much, and yeah, I just think it's fun. I don't have any ambitions with it, and I think having creative hobbies like that are really important for my creativity overall. And I do have business goals and entrepreneurial pursuits with my art, but like, I don't want everything I do to be about money or attention. I'm so glad that I have singing all to myself. Number 19, setting boundaries around a creative hobby. As some of you may know, I'm on a K-pop dance team, and I've been on a few different ones in my life, and while I've really enjoyed being on these teams as a hobby, somehow, without fail, I would always end up prioritizing my involvement with them over my own art goals, and at times over my own mental health, which caused me so many personal problems. But it was hard to set boundaries around it because at the end of the day, I love everything we do. I love dancing and filming and editing and designing social media posts, but I would always do way too much, and I have no one to blame but myself for the years I spent giving way too much of my energy to that while ultimately neglecting my true passion, my art. So I'm proud of myself for finally getting to a point where I'm setting more boundaries around how much I do with my dance team so that it remains as a healthy creative outlet and hobby for me to enjoy with my friends instead of a source of stress or a distraction from my actual art goals. And funnily enough, by taking a step back, I feel like I'm getting more out of it than ever. I love my team so much, and I'm so grateful grateful to have all these people in my life. Go follow us, go check us out. We're called Pyromix, and our dancing's pretty good or whatever. And they're all so hot. Go give them some love, please and thank you. Number 20, connecting with other artists. Earlier this year, a friend of mine started an artist Discord, and I've been joining them occasionally for voice chats where we just talk through our processes, and it's really fun. I haven't really had these types of conversations since I got my degree, so it's felt really refreshing to have those kinds of discussions. And speaking of college, at Phoenix Fan Fusion, I got to meet up with a couple of my old classmates, and it was so nice. One of them was actually tabling at the event, and I bought this super cute Sonic ink drawing from her, and then my other friend is working as a tattoo artist now, and it's just so cool to see how far the three of us have come since art school. Feels like we're really finding our places in the art space, and it's so wholesome and great, and I'm so proud of us. And now that I'm gonna be getting back into Artist Alley again, I'm excited to make new friends in the local art community. The K-pop Demon Hunters event that me and Cherry Cube Crafts did, we had an awesome neighbor named Jellybun who has the cutest art style and was so kind, and so it makes me happy and excited to see that the Arizona art community is so welcoming so far, so I'm so hyped to get to know more creators in it. Number 21, I love indie animation. I've been getting really invested into the indie animation space the past few years, and there's, you know, the big well-known ones like Has Been, which got picked up by A24, and then I think Hell of a Boss and Has Been both got a deal with Amazon Prime, and then The Amazing Digital Circus, of course, which is still being made on YouTube by Glitch Productions, and I think they also got a deal with Netflix. It's just so cool to see indie animation being taken seriously, and so I've been trying to stay up to date on smaller indie productions because I think it's awesome and so inspiring, and honestly, I think it'd be cool to maybe take part in one someday. Who knows? But here's some that I think are pretty cool that I've been keeping an eye on, including one that I backed the Kickstarter for, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen it, but I'm really glad that I Don't Want to Be a Magical Girl blew up this year, which is awesome because I've been a fan of Kiana Mai, the creator, for years, and I've been hyping up this project since she first started posting about Aika and the characters. It is so cool to see that she was able to put together a pilot that wasn't even animated, but it still ended up being so successful. It gives me hope that more people, myself included, will feel more inspired to put out their creative projects, even if it's not perfect, even if it's not finished. Side note, I just watched Glitch Productions / Dana Terrace's new pilot, Knights of Guinevere. It has fundamentally changed my life. It is my new personality. Please go watch it. I need more. I need more expeditiously. So please watch it and even buy their merch if you really like it a lot so we can get more episodes as soon as possible. Thank you! Number 22, specific portfolio pieces that I want to make. Now that I've got some music cover art under my belt, I'm hoping to get some other portfolio level projects made, and when it comes to what I'm working towards with my portfolio, I really want it to help me get an illustration agent specifically so that I can be connected with higher budget illustration opportunities, especially in the publishing space, so like cover art for books, or even maybe for more albums or podcasts, or a dream would be to do variant covers for the Sonic IDW comics, which funnily enough means that I should probably add some high quality Sonic fan art to my portfolio, so let me work on that. If you guys have any ideas for how I could approach that, let me know in the comments. Like, I could do my own spin on a story arc in IDW that already exists. I could make up my own story concept and then make the cover for that made up story. Something like that. I don't know. Let me know if you have any ideas for it. I think that'd make a really fun video. But I'm also interested in other freelancing projects. I think it'd be super cool to do visual development for the animation industry or work on a visual novel game. I'm excited to make portfolio pieces that truly reflect on what I hope to do in the industry one day. And speaking of industry, number 23, I'm going to Lightbox Expo. This has been a dream of mine ever since this convention first started. For those who don't know, Lightbox Expo is the convention for artists who want to work in the entertainment industry, so animation, video games, and the like. And it's supposed to be a great opportunity to meet other artists, including maybe some of your favorite artists, and then also get the chance to have your portfolio reviewed by an industry pro. And so that's another reason why I'm working so hard on my portfolio and getting my website back up. I feel like my skills have improved greatly in recent years, but like I said, I haven't made the work to accurately reflect where I'm at. So by the time Lightbox rolls around, I want to be ready to show what I'm actually currently capable of so that I can get the most useful feedback possible. Wish me luck. Hopefully when I'm there, I'll be able to vlog it. We'll see. Number 24, art products I want to sell. A strong portfolio of illustrations isn't necessarily what I would be interested in selling though, especially at the kinds of events I'll be looking into. So in between these bigger portfolio pieces, I also have lots of ideas for the types of art products I want to make. And there will certainly be a lot of fan art, of course, though I like to put twists on fan art whenever possible and do things like fandom crossovers especially. One idea I've had on the back burner forever is to do a crossover between Steven Universe and Sailor Moon and have the crystal gems in the Sailor Scout uniforms. I think it would be so cute and so fun. I have these old sketches I'm going to rework for that project. And then also in the past I've had some Sailor Moon stickers that did pretty well that are definitely in need of an update. And then this one print of Usagi drinking boba that I want to redraw. So all of that will probably come up together in a future redraw challenge video. And as far as product types go, I know that little trinkets are more trendy now, so I'll do the things like stickers, photo cards, bookmarks, but you know, I gotta stick to my roots. I'll also do prints, though I'll probably mainly do smaller prints for now. And we'll see if I end up branching out into anything else in the future. Stay tuned. Number 25, returning to YouTube videos I've been putting off. I really haven't been as active as I'd like to be on YouTube so far this year, and I'm trying to change that. I think I'm done committing to a specific schedule, but I'm also done with procrastinating on the videos I've been wanting to make. I've decided that I'm okay, that certain videos will take longer, and still just work on them anyways a little bit at a time until they're done. I know one thing a lot of my audience is waiting on is the next Drawing Your Sonic OCs video, and I have good news, I've already started on it. The OCs have been randomly selected, and it's been so fun and exciting to get back into making this series, but I am going to be reducing the number of OCs I do in each one of these videos just for the sake of my own time. So for this one, I'm gonna try doing just 3 and seeing how that process goes, so wish me luck. In terms of other videos I've been putting off, definitely the Sonic drawing tutorial. How long has it been? Like 3 years that I've been saying I'm gonna make it? I'm such a liar. And like, I have been working on it, but since it's my first tutorial, I'm honestly so nervous about it and still trying to figure out how I'm gonna approach editing it, so I'm just gonna do my best there. Again, wish me luck. I really, really hope it's helpful. Actually, here's a little bit of a sneak peek for those of you who have been waiting so patiently. Number 26, changing my approach to social media. Social media presence is a big topic for everyone, and especially artists, because there's this widespread fear that if we aren't actively posting beautiful, finished work everywhere all the time, that we are missing out or losing our audience or all kinds of other, you know, legitimate fears. And so I spent a long time trying to figure out the perfect schedule or strategy for posting on each platform, and I've decided that I'm just completely changing my tune with that now. Recently on Instagram, I've basically just been goofing off. They're uploading silly sketches and whatever I feel like if I think about it, and then just closing the app. If I have something Sonic related, even just a sketch, I try to post it on Twitter because I feel like that's where a lot of Sonic fans are active, and I've been posting more casually on my YouTube community page just whenever I feel like it. Basically, I don't even attempt to plan posts anymore. There might be a time where that approach works for me in the future, where being organized and strategic feels more reasonable, but for where I'm at right now, it's just totally based on vibes, what I feel like doing. I count it as a win if I post anything anywhere at any time, so I don't pressure myself to be extra active on any platform in particular. I will say I've pretty much given up on TikTok because it looks like they're making a new app next year for it anyways. It's always just so up in the air. I'm not even gonna bother with it anymore. But I'm liking this more casual approach that I'm doing now. It lets people who are paying attention to my work know that I'm still around and making stuff, and honestly, that's all that really matters to me. Number 27, I'm reading Webtoons again. As a way to inspire myself, since I'm an aspiring comic creator, I'm finally reading Webtoons again. I took a long break from the app, but I'm so glad to be catching up on series I was loving and starting up some new ones. I've been absolutely loving The Kiss Bet by Ingrid Ochoa. Guys, I can't explain how happy I am with where we are in the series. Every panel is pure dopamine. We've waited so long to get here. If you know, you know. And then I also started getting into Asura by Tony Renee, and I am hooting and hollering in every single episode, and it is so fun and spicy. Please go check it out if you love queer romantasy with messy relationship dynamics. I am loving it so much. Speaking of that, I wish I saw more YouTubers talking about Webtoons. I know there's a few, but I feel like with how popular the app is, shouldn't there be more? Like, shouldn't there be more content around Webtoons in general? I don't know. If you have any favorite YouTubers that talk about Webtoons, let me know in the comments, because I'd like to check them out, get some recommendations, or just hear people talk about the Webtoons that I like. I think that'd be fun. I guess I just want to see more fandom culture surrounding Webtoons. Maybe I'm just looking in the wrong place, so you guys let me know where the Webtoon fans are congregating. But yeah, it's been so fun reading them again. It really makes me want to return to my own comic story ideas. Number 28, cool Procreate updates. Random, but cool. I responded to a tweet from Procreate about a bunch of updates they were doing to the app, and I just tweeted it and was like, hey, it'd be so cool if you guys could add some comic features to it so that I could stop paying for Clip Studio Paint. And they actually responded, and they said it's on their list of potential future updates, which is huge for me, guys. Like, Clip Studio is an awesome app. I really respect anyone who's using it, but I personally hate using it. It does not spark joy for me. The only thing it has over Procreate for me are the panel and word bubble tools, and like, that's it. So if Procreate ever had anything remotely close to those tools, I'd be set like for life. I'd even pay for it. But my Clip Studio Paint subscription actually just expired, so even if Procreate doesn't have the ideal tools yet, I'll still use Procreate to work on... Okay, fine. I'll talk about it. Number 29. The Webtoon. Okay, yeah, it's time to address the elephant in the room. The last video I uploaded was in April, and it was about how I had started working on a Webtoon to enter the Webtoon Webcomic Legends contest. Previously on MintyMido. So I'll be spending the next month and a half locked inside and cooking up these first few episodes. So wish me luck. Let's hope I actually get it done. It would be devastating if I didn't get it done. When I started the project, yes, I had fully intended to enter the contest, but I did start the project kind of late. You can hear me talk about it in my previous video, but due to some personal schedule stuff, I realized later on that I actually had even less time than I originally thought. So towards the end of April, I realized that me meeting that deadline was just not happening, and that if there was even the tiniest chance of me making the deadline, I would have to seriously overexert myself to work as fast as possible with every second of free time I had possible to maybe get it done. And I decided that was not worth it. So the point of entering the contest for me was to start this Webtoon idea that I've had in mind. And guess what? I did start it. The goal is complete. As far as I'm concerned, I succeeded. But of course it's easy to say that now. At the time, I felt kind of defeated and like a huge loser. Like, wow, I really can't finish anything, can I? But like, I don't know, I'm an artist. I care deeply about my craft. I don't like rushing through my work, especially on something this important to me. Obviously, there's a line. I know I can't spend too much time on any single panel or anything, but I certainly don't need to be pushing myself to work as fast as humanly possible. When I was working on it before I realized how little time I had left, I was working at a cadence that actually felt really good for me. I made progress consistently by just doing what I could after work and on the weekends, a little bit at a time, and I really enjoyed working that way. So I know even if it's gonna be slow, I wouldn't change anything about how I was approaching it. It will get done when it gets done. So yes, I'm still making the Webtoon. It's gonna take a small backseat on my priority list while I work on getting my site up and running and back into the swing of making YouTube videos, but I'm still gonna work on it whenever I'm bored or stuck on other projects. So put a pin on that one and say it with me. Stay tuned. And last but not least, number 30. Understanding my life compass as an artist. I have a more clear understanding of the direction I want to head in with my art, which is such a refreshing feeling because I spent most of my 20s without a lot of clarity. After college, I just had this vague sense of, oh, I need to use my art to make money because that's what I studied. And the first thing I went after were commissions and freelancing, but I quickly realized that that wasn't going to be sustainable without a part-time or full-time job, at least temporarily. So then I sort of floundered around doing different jobs while also freelancing, which led to me getting burned out making art, and all of this while also dealing with life in general and these growing mental health problems. And all of that together eventually led to me starting this YouTube channel. I was stuck. I wanted to fall back in love with my lifelong passion. I knew that I missed it, but I didn't know how I wanted art to show up in my life anymore. But what I did know was that I had once dreamed of sharing my art here on this platform, and that it would also be a good opportunity to explore a lot of different creative avenues. So I just went for it, and I wasn't sure what I was working towards really, but just making the channel. It was my one art goal I had that I actually accomplished in my 20s. And doing so helped me to rediscover all of the other artsy ambitions that I once had, and even create some new ones. So in this new season of my life, I want to just take action towards those ambitions as often as I can and just see where it takes me. Having a lot of goals technically means that I'm moving in a lot of directions, but I feel like it all comes back to this here. my YouTube channel, my documentation of my journey as an artist, and this small, lovely community. I know that regardless of what I pursue and where I go, I do want to try and share it here, the highs and lows and the lessons, because hearing what you guys take from my videos has been one of the most rewarding parts of prioritizing my art again, and it was something that I never expected to get out of this. It really makes my day whenever I hear from one of you that my videos inspired you to start your own creative projects or even just pick up a pencil for the first time. I can't think of anything more fulfilling than that. So I talked a lot about turning 30 in this video, mainly because people act like not accomplishing a lot by this age means that you're a failure or something. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here feeling like my life is just beginning as far as my art goals go. So please know that no matter how old or young you are, you can always take steps towards whatever is most important to you. You don't have to wait until you reach a certain age to recognize your agency, and it's never too early or too late to take steps towards the thing you want. So if there's anything you take from this video, I hope you'll remember this. Take action. Do the thing you want to do in whatever capacity you have. Your goals probably won't perfectly manifest in the way that you imagine, but that's okay. Your future self will thank you for the courage you had to just take a step forward, whatever that step may be. If I look irritated, it's because I just filmed like 3 or 4 of these outros, just edited one, and decided I didn't like it. Welcome to my life! You recognize those? Yeah. I don't know if I'll keep it up as a bit to wear this in all my outros. I don't even know if I'll do camera for all my outros from here on out. We'll see. But I just wanted to pop in here and say thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to not look down or away from the camera while I'm talking. That was the problem with the other takes. Yes, thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it, especially everyone who has been here since before this video. I hope you all are taking care of yourselves, and as always, hydrate and rest, all those good things, and I hope that you are pursuing creativity in your own life in whatever way is available to you that brings you joy, because you deserve to be creative and to have joy. I think that's it. Goodbye. I'll see you next time. I hope it won't be a billion years from now. I don't know where this will fit in the video, but I just wanted to show off that I have it. This is fun, actually. I feel like I can show my personality a bit more. It's hard. Like when I do videos normally, I just kind of read off my script so that way I don't get distracted. And it's annoying to edit around my distractions, but maybe it'll be less annoying to edit around my distractions if my face is also there. Because, you know, at least it comes with a little bit of visual, a little bit of pizzazz. Do you guys like my microphone? I have like a bajillion of these Pez dispensers. People will keep buying me Sonic Pez dispensers. I'm not mad. I'm happy every time I get one. But I have multiple. 3 Sonic ones, 1 Knuckles, 1 Amy, and then Sean took my Tails one. I'm looking obviously at like the screen because that's where I am, but you're here and I see you.